Hello, everyone. This is Bridget with Horse Auctions USA, and we are getting ready for one of the big events down in the South this Saturday. That is March the 22nd. It is time for the spring catalog sale at Southwest Horse Sale in Bush, Louisiana. And they have got a stellar lineup of horses for you this weekend. So the purpose of this video is to go over how to navigate everything, how to register and place your bids online. Of course, we would love to have you join us in person at Southwest, but we understand sometimes schedules and distance and time just will not allow for that. So with that being said, with the online bidding, you don't have to miss a thing. We're going to bring all of the action to you live with no delay. You'll be able to watch the previews, and then when we get to sale time, you'll be able to watch a live webcast and bid in real time, just like you were there with us in person. So first things first, let's go over the very basics. Again, sale day is Saturday. That is March the 22nd, this Saturday. The sale is in Bush, Louisiana. For those of you from out of the area, we are on Central Time there. Okay, so Central Time. Schedule. On Friday, the day before the sale, the barns are open. Horses will be coming in. Several will have already come in, and people will be riding them around. We would encourage you, if you are in the area, to come on out to the barn, meet the consigners, see the horses, watch them ride, get back in the barns and talk to those folks so you can find the very best fit for you. On Saturday, which is sale day, we will have an extensive preview outside that begins at 9 a.m. again, Central Time. We will be broadcasting that live on the Southwest Horse Sale Facebook page. This is what the page looks like. If by some miracle you don't already like and follow Southwest, what are you waiting for? Here it is. This is our page. Again, remember Facebook has lots of scams and whatnot, and people who duplicate and impersonate pages. This is the Southwest page. Okay, this is what it looks like. You can very quickly tell you're on the right page by looking at all of the likes and follows they have. It's a long established page. So make sure that you are on the original Southwest Horse Sale Facebook page. That is what it looks like right there. You can scroll down, see posts, of course, of all of the horses and some handy information like this, just kind of all the basics. There is also the Southwest Horse Sale website. You'll find the links on the Facebook page, swhorseco.com. You can view all of the consignments there, or you can go to our online bidding site, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. So again, I'm with Horse Auctions USA. We'll be doing the online bidding, and there are two different ways that you can approach this. We have an app, and we also have a website. For my iPhone and iPad, any Apple product users, Mac users, you guys, if you're going to be using a mobile device, whether it's your phone or your iPad, I would suggest scoping out the Horse Auctions USA app. It is free to download in the App Store. It is very, very easy to use, and my users who have it overwhelmingly love it. For my Android users, we've been having some issues with the app on Android. So for you folks, I'm going to recommend that you use the website. And for anybody else who's going to be using their computer, the website. It will work in any browser. I recommend Google Chrome as it tends to be the most up-to-date, but you can use whatever browser you are most comfortable with. In your address bar, you are going to type bid, like you're placing a bid, B-I-D, period, horse, auctionsusa.com. That's going to bring up a listing of all the sales because we're all over the place. And here's what we're talking about right here, Southwest Horse Sale. So you're going to click View Auction beneath that. When you do that, what that is going to do is bring up basically an index, if you will, of the horses that are consigned to this sale. And like I said, there's a stellar lineup. We'll have the Angola prison horses. They've got babies and started horses. Those are always very, very popular. Show horses, trail horses, cow horses, barrel horses, etc. When you see one you want to know a little bit more about, like let's say Lucy here, if you click on it, that will bring up Lucy's complete listing. Okay, it's going to give you all of her information, any additional photos that she has. Lucy's got a lot of them. And if the horse has a video, it's going to tell you that the horse has a video right here in the heading, okay? The video, when they have one, will always be the second thumbnail, and it will play for you right there in the catalog, okay? You can use the search bar here. So, for example, if you're only interested in Palominos, you can type Palomino, and that is going to populate everything that mentions Palomino, okay? But we're horse people. We like to shop, so I personally prefer to just kind of scroll down through and look at each and every one of them. Most all of the horses do now have photos and videos on. We may be adding additional photos and videos right up through sale time, so do check back often. I do want to turn your attention to lot 0 here. This is the sale information and practice bidding lot. This lot is exactly what its name implies. You're going to find basic sale information here, and this is also here for my newer bidders who want to get comfortable with this site to place some practice bids. Okay, so that's what that's there for. Do take a look at that. You'll notice under each and every horse it says register to bid. So if you want to register for online bidding, you're going to click on that, and it does not matter which horse you click under. Okay, as long as you're in Southwest Horse Sale, you can click on any one of them, and when you do that, it's going to bring up this pop-up box. Okay, if you're brand new to Horse Auctions USA, you've never had an account with us before, don't put your email and your password in here. That's for my returning users. If you're brand new, you go down here to the bottom and you click on No Account, Sign Up Here. You're going to enter your first and last name, your email address, a password you can hopefully remember, and click Continue. You will have to go on to enter your complete address as well as your phone number, and then this is the important part. You are going to also have to enter a valid debit or credit card. When you do that, Horse Auctions USA is going to place a pre-authorization on that card. It is not a charge. I cannot stress this enough. It's not a charge. It's just a pre-authorization like when you rent a car. I'm very sorry we have to do that. We are subject to scammers just like the rest of the world. I need to make sure that my bidders that are on the other side of my computer screen are real live humans over the age of 18 and can pay for any purchases they make. If you have mobile banking, there is a very good chance you're going to get a notification when that pre-authorization occurs, and it'll probably look like a charge when you get that notice. Again, don't panic. If you actually open your mobile banking, what you will see there is it's pending, okay? And it's going to fall off like it was never there, and this happens automatically on my end. When it's going to show on your end is entirely dependent on your bank, and every bank is different. I have 2 banks, and they both handle this differently. For some banks, it's going to pop up and then vanish almost instantly. For others, it'll be the next business day, which in this case is going to be Monday, and for some, it might even be Tuesday. Just know that, again, I'm not charging you to register to bid. It's not a charge. It's never going to complete, and I have absolutely no control over when it's going to drop off on your bank's end, but rest assured, it's instantly on mine. For my returning users, you folks are the ones who are going to enter your email address and your password. Now, if you forget your password, and it happens to me probably once a week on some website or another, it's not the end of the world. Click the Forgot Your Password Reset link, and you should get an email within about 10 minutes to reset your password. If that does not happen, you wait 10 minutes and the email doesn't appear, all is not lost. Okay, I can fix it for you. If you'll just shoot me a text, I will take care of it. My cell phone number, and it's all over this website, and I'm going to give it to you here as well, is 336-904-8903. If you'll text me your name, your email address, and that you need your password reset, I will reset it for you. You can register to bid for the online bidding at any time, okay? Unlike some places where you have to register the day before or 2 days before, our platform is not set up that way. So you can absolutely, if we're 20 head in and you're like, oh my goodness, I forgot to register and I wanted to bid online today, you can do that. Doesn't matter if we're on hip number 50, hip number 60, you can register. But I would encourage you to register ahead of time just in case you do have a hiccup, like you forgot your password or something. While I can fix those things when we're in the middle of the live auction, it may not be instantly, right? Because we're in the middle of the live auction. So I will do it as I can. So that you can have my undivided attention. If you have an issue, do try to register before the sale. But again, you can register mid-sale. I'm going to go ahead and get into my bidder account, and we're going to talk about how to place these bids, okay? So I'm registered to bid, and I have logged in. I know these things because my name is up here now, right? There's my name in the upper right-hand corner, so that tells me I am logged into my account. Also, all those little register to bid prompts that were under each horse, you'll notice those have now changed and are asking me if I want to place a bid. That tells me that I am not only logged in, but I am logged into an auction that I am registered for. Okay, so look for those 2 things. There are 2 ways to bid on this platform. You can watch in real time and place bids in real time, and we're going to go over that first. And then you can also place early absentee bidding, okay? And we'll talk about when you might want to use that. So first, let's pretend for a moment that it is Saturday at 12:30 and we're live and we're ready to go. You're going to click on the first lot, click View Live, and we're not live right now, so it's not going to do anything, but when we are, you'll click View Live. This big square will then turn into your video. You'll have real-time audio and video just like you have here, and you're good to go. You will hear our pedigree reader and announcer and our auctioneer just like you hear me now. I understand some of you may have a hard time keeping up with an auctioneer. Please know first, you're not alone. Pretty common. Auctioneers talk pretty fast. If that applies to you, please don't panic. The words that you need to worry about the most from the auctioneer when we get to his part is the dollar amount he's asking for, and that's my job, okay? I'll keep up with him. So what he is asking for is going to be reflected here on your bid button. So we're live. The auctioneer is asking for a $1,000 bid, and I am watching from home, and I want to place that bid. So I'm going to click to bid, and you see how it says confirm bid? I have to click twice, okay? So when it says confirm bid, you need to click a second time. And now there's no question I have placed that bid, right? It's turned green. There's little stars here, and it says, hey, you're the high bidder, okay? So for my folks who are intending to watch and bid live, make sure that when it says confirm bid, you do click a second time because your bid will not be submitted until then. Why is it that way? Well, nobody wants an accidental bidding, right? Nothing good has ever come from that. So we want you to be intentionally placing those bids. So you can do it fast. You can click bid confirm, double click real quick. Just make sure that you do in fact click confirm. Another note to my bidders who will be participating live. We will have the modem right there on the block and hardwired in, and all of that is to say there'll be no delay on my end, okay? You're going to be getting everything transmitted in real time with no lag, but I have no control over lag on your end. So if you're going to be watching live, make sure you are doing so from a place with good, strong internet or cell service if you're using your phone, okay? Because if you're in kind of doggy, lagging service, it can delay your bids getting in. Once the auctioneer says sold, it's over, right? And every sale everywhere in America, at least once somebody places their bid just a tick too late, right? And then you miss your horse. And I hate to see that happen to anybody. So just make sure you are watching from a place of good service so there is no delay with your bid getting in. And also just, my friendly reminder, it is an auction in fast pace. So if you're watching live, kind of be ready. You don't want to hem and haw around too much. There's a lot of good information, photos and videos on this site. And again, an extensive preview on Saturday. So you have a lot of time to shop these horses ahead of time. And that will assist you in making kind of, faster bidding choices. So again, my live bidders, time is of the essence. What about this absentee bidding? How do we use that, and why would we use that? So the most obvious time to use the absentee bidding is going to be if you simply can't watch live. Maybe you have to work Saturday and your boss doesn't want you buying horses on company time. Maybe you have a family obligation. Those are obvious reasons. The less obvious reasons, but ones I do want to point out to you, are like we just talked about. If you live in an area with kind of spotty service, and let's be honest, if you have horses, you're probably in a more rural area. And while internet is very good in lots of places, those of us who live in the country often are battling with slower internet service. So you folks might want to think about this too. You can use the absentee bidding and still watch live, okay? Just because you choose to place the absentee bids doesn't mean that you then can't watch and bid live. You can do both. In fact, many of my bidders who do live in poor service choose to place the absentee bids so that they're not missing anything with the computer lag or anything like that. They're letting the computer do the work, but they do still watch live, and you can jump in there and change your bid, up your bid, whatever you need to do, as needed. So to place those absentee bids, you see how there's a little drop-down arrow next to the bid button, right? See that little drop-down arrow? If you click on that, it's going to bring up this, create a max bid. You click on that, and this is where you're going to enter the most you want to spend on the horse. I'm going to put a pretty low one in on this practice lot because, again, this lot is here for you to practice with, and I want you to get in there and knock each other out, recruit some friends, have a ball with it, okay? So I'm going to put in my maximum bid, and I'm going to place it. Now, this is what I want to draw your attention to. You'll see that the computer acknowledged I did place a maximum bid for $3,000, but I am also still the high bidder at only $1,000. The reason I want to point this out is I don't want you to be afraid to put that number in there, that maximum number, thinking the computer's just going to go hog wild and put you right in for that. Okay, it's not designed that way. When you place an absentee maximum bid, you are then directing the computer to act as your agent, right? The computer is going to bid on your behalf. And so It's working in your best interest, and your best interest is to get the horse you want for the lowest possible amount. So that's what the computer's going to do. I'm going to sit right here as the winning bidder at $1,000 until one of you knocks me out. And if you knock me out at $1,250, it's not going to slap me in at $3,000. It's going to put me in at $1,500, and so on. It will never exceed your maximum bid. And if we get to your maximum bid and someone knocks you out, it's going to send you a notice. If you have the app and you have notifications on, you'll get an instant notice to your phone or your tablet letting you know that you're out. If you don't, you'll get an email. So it'll tell you, but it will never go over your maximum bid. Again, if we're live, like we're watching live and the auctioneer's at 28 or 2,900 and I'm like, oh no, I really, really like this horse and I guess I could go 35, you can then increase it. Okay, so you can do all of those things. If you place a maximum bid, any kind of absentee bid, and then the horse comes in and there's an announcement or an observation that changes this information that was available to you. For example, sale information horse comes in here and the owner says, by the way, practice horse here, when he's in a stall, he cribs, but his information didn't say anything about that. I'm going to remove any absentee bids, okay? I'm going to do that because that's information that wasn't available to you when you placed that bid, and the playing field isn't really level with the floor bidders, right? Now they have information that you didn't have. Same thing if a horse comes in and is visibly lame, or they had a fender bender on the way there and the horse now has, like a big cut somewhere. Those are rarities, but I just kind of want to cover all the bases. If something is different when that horse comes in the ring than what is listed here, I'm going to take your bids out, and that's to protect you. We want you to get what you thought you were bidding on. Now, if I do that, for example, the practice lot, and Mary has placed an absentee bid, and Mary is watching, and it'll tell me the name, Mary has a bid, and they tell me practice horse cribs, and I take Mary's bid out. I'm going to lean over to the mic and say, hey, Mary, this horse is a cribber, so I'm taking your bid out. And Mary's at home thinking, I'm good with a cribber, doesn't bother me. You can absolutely just go ahead and replace that bid, okay? But again, we want to err on the side of caution. So that's about a little bit about how the online bidding will work and all of that good stuff. Again, we will go live on the bidding site at 12:30 on Saturday. Previews will be at 9 a.m. Those will be live, again, on the Southwest Horse Sale Facebook page, so that's where you'll go to watch that. If you're a winning bidder, first, congratulations. Second, now what? The office will give you a call is what's going to happen. I know a lot of you will text or call me after you're done bidding with the sale still going on. Please know that I'm still on the auction block. I'm there till the very last horse sells, so I'm probably not going to be able to answer the phone. I can try to answer texts as we go. So just be patient, sit tight. The office will be in touch with our winning bidders to discuss payment and pickup arrangements. If you are picking up Saturday night or Sunday morning before noon, you are absolutely welcome to pay at time of pickup. If you are sending a hauler or having someone haul home from you, you will of course need to make payment to the office with your card. You will need to give the office your card even though you entered it on here. That information, your card information, is kept secure. The office can't access it. Okay, so you will need to give them your card information again. Hauling. I've had lots and lots and lots of calls about hauling. We've got folks from all over the country looking at these horses, which is wonderful. The answer to do you have haulers is a resounding yes. Okay, yes, 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 we've got haulers. We will connect you with appropriate transport. If you will reach out to John at 985-630-3283 and let him know where you are at and may potentially need transport to, he can direct you to the haulers who can best serve you. So with all that being said, we are getting ready to have one heck of a horse sale on Saturday at Southwest Horse Sale. I look forward to seeing all of you online. Again, my name is Bridget with Horse Auctions USA. If you have any questions at any time, please feel free to reach out. 336-904-8903. We'll see you Saturday in Bush, Louisiana.